Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's Trackmaster custom is probably the strangest custom I have made, as technically it doesn't count as a Trackmaster item, but is meant to work with and be in scale with Trackmaster engines and rolling stock. Today's custom showcase will be about my Trackmaster Boulder. I should mention that this custom showcase will not have a layout section. I just couldn't really figure out a way to incorporate this custom with the layout, so ultimately decided not to include one. With that being said, enjoy the video. Boulder is one of the most interesting characters in the Thomas & Friends franchise, as it's one of the few characters that isn't any form of transportation. Boulder's first and only appearance was in the Season 5 episode, Rusty and the Boulder. In the episode, construction is taking place on the Skirlowy Railway, and Rusty has a fear of this perfectly spherical boulder, which is implied to be sentient at the end of the episode. The boulder ends up falling from the mountain it resides on, and chases all the engines before crashing into a shed. This episode is crazy, and is the reason why Season 5 Thomas is the best. To make this custom, I used a styrofoam ball that can be gotten from any dollar store. I painted the styrofoam ball with Rust-Oleum Gray Primer. The paint had this weird chemical reaction that caused the foam to melt and create bubbles. This actually worked out perfectly, as these looked like really convincing craters and natural rock formation. After that dried, I added dirt and shading detail. I used real dirt to give the boulder a natural looking rocky effect, and then used brown paint dry brushed on for more detail. After that, I used a black acrylic wash to add recess shading. I used pastels for detail as well. I added little moss detail on the boulder too, as it seemed to have some. Finally, I drew on the face of the boulder with a black Posca paint marker. You're probably wondering, why don't I just use the Trackmaster Boulder that was already made by a hit toy company? Well, that's because it's just too small. Not to say that it's a bad item, I just wanted something more in scale with the engines and trucks. Here's the size comparison of Boulder next to a Trackmaster engine. Much better in my opinion. And that's about it. This custom was relatively easy to make, and I'm really happy with how it came out. Let me know your thoughts on this custom in the comments.